आपके हिसाब से एंटरटेनमेंट फिल्मों में एंटरटेनमेंट के मायने क्या है?
एंटरटेनमेंट है सर, मतलब लोग यू फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग, जस्ट वॉच व्हाट आई एम शोइंग टू यू ऑन स्क्रीन, दैट इज एंटरटेनमेंट। सब कुछ भूल के हमारे वर्ल्ड में आ जाओ।
Sandeep Reddy Vanga, the man, the myth, the most fearless filmmaker in Indian cinema right now. Every time he speaks, he sparks debates, ignites controversies, and gives us a lot to unpack.
मैं लिख के देता हूँ, there is no course, there is no teacher can make you a filmmaker and director.
क्या बात है?
नहीं सच है सर, ये
सही बात।
यहाँ ये सोच के मुझे लगता है कि ठीक है, बात करो, जितना बात करना बात करो।
It's been a year since the movie Animal hit the big screens, yet the buzz around it refuses to die down. From industry opinions to the director's statements and the film's sheer craft, Animal still has everyone talking. And in Sandeep's recent interview with Komal Nahta, the conversation is no different. Full interview of which is available on the Game Changers of India YouTube channel. From previous interviews with both Sandeep and the cast and crew of Animal, it's clear that he is an incredible, honest filmmaker.
Everybody are trying to throw a stone and everybody are trying to keep quiet. I feel it's weakness at one point.
But after watching his recent conversation with Komal Nahta, I'm convinced that he is the most candid filmmaker in India.
आपकी फिल्मों में एक hint of arrogance होता है, am I right?
In a way, arrogance नहीं, aggression.
Aggression.
Militantly forward.
From conviction in storytelling to controversy surrounding his films, from censorship debates to the craft of writing and casting, this interview is packed with insights, along with answers to big questions like, what is filmmaking for Sandeep? What does he feel about the controversies and censorship? What are his next 5 upcoming films, including Spirit with Prabhas? And what was the game-changing moment in Sandeep's career? Today's video is not just a reaction video. It's a heavily researched deep dive with references from past interviews, behind-the-scenes discussions, and direct statements from the filmmakers and cast. With that brief introduction to what to expect from this video, let's get started. Chapter 1, Conviction.
मैं ये फिल्म बनाता हूँ, आपको नहीं समझ में आती है, ठीक है, टाटा गुड बाय।
Yeah sir, yeah. Conviction should be there for any director.
If there's one thing that defines Sandeep Reddy Vanga, it's his unshakable belief in his stories and characters. Whether it was Arjun Reddy, Kabir Singh or Animal, his approach has always been clear. He tells the stories exactly the way he envisions it, without diluting its essence for the sake of commercial appeal or criticism. In his interview with Komal Nahta, you can see that he never second guesses himself. He openly admits that once he locks a script, he doesn't let external noise affect his creative choices.
When I write, I do a lot of sleepover on the scene. तो अगर आप बोलने के बाद मुझे भी लगता है कुछ बुरा है और मैं सोचने लगता हूँ उस पे, और कल उठने के बाद नेक्स्ट डे लगता है कि मेरा ही सही था, तो I'll go with that.
He believes in telling raw, honest and emotionally charged stories that resonate deeply with a specific audience, even if they might not sit well with others.
मतलब एक रूम में भी अगर कहानी नरेट किया, तो अगर 4 लोगों को अच्छा नहीं लगा, still I'm okay with it. 6 लोगों को अच्छा लगा तो ठीक है।
One great example of his conviction is the most pivotal question in Animal. Why does Vijay love his father so much?
My assistant asked me, सर ये इतना प्यार क्यों कर रहा है बाप? मैं बोला अगर मैं बाप को इतना प्यार क्यों कर रहा है, रीजन दिखाऊंगा ना, खत्म है कहानी फिर।
खत्म है, एग्जैक्टली।
नहीं रीजन होनी चाहिए, रीजन दिखा तो बड़ा होगा। तो एक बार 2 बार सुनता हूँ, बोलता चुप रहे, तू लिख, तेरे कहानी में वैसा, मेरे कहानी में ऐसे रहेगा, बस डिस्कशन ओवर।
He acknowledges that there's always pressure, be it from producers, censor boards or social discourse. But he firmly believes that if you don't trust your own storytelling, no one else will. And that's what separates him from many filmmakers today. He doesn't just make films, he stands by them. Next, we move on to controversy, because where there's conviction, there's bound to be controversy. And no one understands this better than Sandeep Reddy Vanga.
आग तो लगती होगी आपको अंदर से?
बहुत लगती सर आग। There's no point कितनों के ऊपर गुस्सा दिखाएंगे। At one point you have to keep quiet. Few people I gave reply already, but they're still talking.
His films have ignited debates and divided opinions and often found themselves at the center of heated discussions. Whether it's about societal impact, violence, or his unapologetic take on flawed characters, controversy seems to follow him like a shadow. In the interview, Sandeep acknowledges these debates but stays unbothered. He explains that controversy is inevitable when it involves him. When you tell stories that challenge norms, even if he makes a film on Mahatma Gandhi, controversy is bound to happen.
मैं गांधी के ऊपर पिक्चर बनाऊंगा तो भी ये परसेंटेज रहेंगे। गांधी का ऑलवेज व्हाइट एंड व्हाइट क्यों दिखाया, कलर क्यों नहीं दिखाया करके। तो कुछ तो बोलेंगे. So yeah.
The interview discussed various controversies around Animal, but I will shed light on 3 key points that made me question my own ideologies. The first is, do negative reviews hamper box office?
विवादों से बॉक्स ऑफिस पर असर पड़ता है.
लोगों को लगता है कि विवादों की वजह से बॉक्स ऑफिस आता है, तो बहुत सारे फिल्म में विवाद होते हैं बट बॉक्स ऑफिस नहीं होता है. But I'll be happy if there is no controversy.
This is one of the most debated topics in the film industry. How much power do negative reviews really have over a movie's box office performance? While some films thrive despite criticism, others collapse under the weight of bad word of mouth. So where does the truth lie? Not all movies operate on the same playing field. A big budget film with a strong star cast and pre-release buzz like Animal can withstand negative reviews because it already has a built-in audience that will watch it regardless of what critics say. But what about smaller or mid-budget films that rely entirely on word of mouth? Sandeep Reddy Vanga himself addressed this in his post-release interview with Faridun, explaining that negative reviews do hurt films that don't have the same pre-release momentum. If a film doesn't have a massive fan base to pull audiences into theaters on the first weekend, it needs organic word of mouth to survive, a sentiment he echoed again in his interview with Komal Nahta.
Because of the reviews.
सही.
If the film is an average film, because of this dirty reviews, then the effect will be doubled. फिल्म में जो अच्छे लगने वाली पॉइंट्स अगर समझो 50 है,
अच्छा,
उसमें अगर 20 ही निकले फिल्म में,
तो फिर
this will affect a lot.
Sandeep's Animal was an exception to this pattern. The film was critically divisive. Some hailed it as a cinematic masterpiece, while others called it problematic, excessive, and even regressive. But did any of that affect its box office? Absolutely not.
ये इफेक्ट नहीं किया बिकॉज जो लोग बाहर आके बोल रहे कि पिक्चर जबरदस्त है, वो माउथ पब्लिसिटी है, वो बहुत फैल गया, वो मतलब इट वेंट लाइक ए फायर, सो दे कुडंट स्टॉप इट.
So does negative criticism kill a movie? Not always, but it definitely makes things harder for films that aren't event-level spectacles and rely on word of mouth for survival. This brings us to the second point, Bollywood's insider culture. In the interview, Sandeep casually drops a bombshell, one that exposes an unsettling reality in Bollywood.
There's one big production company in Bombay, I don't want to take the name. एक एक्टर कबीर सिंह में जो काम किया, वो गया ऑडिशन देने, पॉपुलर एक्टर फ्रॉम कबीर सिंह. ऑडिशन देने के बाद बोले कि you acted in Kabir Singh, right? We are not casting you. Because
You're serious?
Yeah, because you acted in Kabir Singh.
Take a moment to let that sink in. This isn't about box office numbers because Kabir Singh was a blockbuster. This isn't about performance because the film's acting was widely praised. This is about perception, a reflection of how Bollywood's elite circles often decide who gets opportunities and who doesn't, sometimes based on personal biases rather than merit.
There is a clear disparity as I told, there's a clear gang and disparity that...
Now, no one can confirm who that popular actor was, but Sandeep dropped 2 hints that could point to the actor and the production house.
That guy came from somewhere, some other part of the country. छोटा सा रोल किया, थोड़ा रिकग्निशन मेरा, तो ऑडिशन देता है शिद्दत से, बोलते कि तू उसमें काम किया ना, नहीं लेते तुमको हमारे फिल्म में, हमारा कंपनी तुमको नहीं लेगा. उसी प्रोडक्शन कंपनी के छट्टे पट्टे बात करते रहते मेरे फिल्म के बारे में बहुत.
Irrespective of the involved players, this revelation brings back the Sushant Singh Rajput controversy, where discussions around Bollywood's insider-outsider culture took center stage. After Sushant's tragic demise, many actors and filmmakers opened up about nepotism, alleging that talented outsiders are often sidelined in favor of industry kids, or worse, blacklisted for reasons beyond their control. Now with Sandeep's revelation, we see the same cycle repeating. If an actor from Kabir Singh, a massive box office success, can be rejected due to association, it raises more significant concerns. And if even someone like Sandeep, who has proven his box office power, is calling this out, then imagine what happens to the countless struggling actors who don't even have a voice in these conversations. In Komal Nahta's interview, Sandeep openly claimed that people within the film industry who criticized his films heavily were all praised for Ranbir Kapoor, but nothing good to say about Sandeep.
People who criticized very badly, film-related people, everybody says, but Ranbir to tod diya. See, I'm not jealousy on Ranbir, but the point is, Ranbir to tod diya, but writer director ne ye kar diya.
A disparity which he didn't understand initially, but after careful introspection, he believes he has cracked the answer.
So I understood. They want to work with Ranbir. That's clear, because Ranbir को बोलेंगे तो फिर Ranbir को obviously if you on an open thing you comment about a star, जिसके साथ काम ज़्यादा है उनके बारे में कुछ बोलेंगे नहीं.
Hearing such points, I sincerely question whether the rejection is based on connections and controversies rather than capability. Where does that leave the dreamers, the strugglers, and the true artists? This brings us to the last controversial point about Animal being a step back for society.
There's one IAS officer. He runs a coaching institute also, I think, that man.
Sandeep brought up criticism made by an IAS officer, but later corrected the reference to a popular teacher who runs a coaching institute for UPSC exam, Dr. Vikas Divyakirti. When asked in an interview, Dr. Vikas Divyakirti made a strong statement against Animal.
एनिमल जैसी एक फिल्म हमारे समाज को कम से कम 10 साल पीछे ले जाती है. नहीं बननी चाहिए. कुछ तो सोशल वैल्यू भी होगी या सिर्फ फाइनेंशियल वैल्यू के लिए काम होता है.
His concern was that impressionable students watching the film might get influenced in a way that leads to catastrophic societal issues. Sandeep's response to all this was pretty unapologetic.
The way he sounded, the way he was saying was like literally, मुझे लगा कि कुछ criminal काम किया हमने फिल्म बना के.
Let's not forget that Animal is an A-rated film intended for a mature audience. If individuals old enough to elect governments are deemed capable of making informed decisions about the nation's future, then questioning their ability to judge a film for themselves seems illogical and patronizing. The film's violent emotional saga was laid out pre-release, with even Ranbir Kapoor stating in an interview,
So I think people who get easily triggered should stay away from this film. But it is cinema, you know, we're not trying to save the world or fly a rocket ship to the moon. We're just here for entertainment and you should see the film just like that.
so the outrage after the fact feels misplaced.
मतलब सोशल इश्यूज इतना होते हैं उसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता. सब आके फिल्म पे ही आते नहीं. Don't you think? Easy targets है सर actually filmmakers I feel.
As a viewer and a fan of Animal, I have my own biased opinions on this subject, but this is where I turn it over to you. Let me know what you think about these controversies in the comments below. Chapter 3, Casting.
Any one thing that is non-negotiable for you when you are making a film?
Casting.
For Sandeep, casting is everything. He has repeatedly said that he will go to extreme lengths to get the exact actor he wants. Because in his mind, casting isn't just about getting a great performer, it's about finding someone who naturally embodies the soul of the character. And Animal is proof of how seriously he takes it.
मैं कभी ऑडिशन में बिलीव नहीं करता. I go with the instinct only.
In an earlier Komal Nahta interview, Sandeep mentioned that he doesn't believe in auditions and instead follows his intuition to sense if an actor is perfect for the role or not.
एनिमल जैसी वायलेंट फिल्म फुल ऑफ एक्शन, उसमें आपने सोचा कैसे कि एक लवर बॉय रणबीर कपूर है, उसको मैं कास्ट करूंगा?
उनका जो प्रीवियस वर्क देखता हूँ तो aggression, arrogance, those features were very clearly defined while he was acting.
At the center of Animal is Ranbir Kapoor, an actor known for his emotional depth, vulnerability and layered performances. Sandeep said that when he was writing about Vijay, he knew he needed someone who could bring raw intensity yet maintain emotional nuance, something Ranbir has showcased in several of his past performances. Films like Rockstar, Tamasha and Sanju prove that Ranbir could carry deep emotional trauma while making it feel authentic. His expressive eyes and ability to convey pain without words made him the perfect choice for the character of Vijay, who battles both inner demons and external violence.
परिणीति चोपड़ा
Yeah.
को आपने पहले साइन किया था,
Yeah.
फिर क्या हो गया?
For some reason, I didn't see Gitanjali in her.
The casting of Gitanjali in Animal initially had a different face, Pariniti Chopra. Sandeep admitted that despite casting Pariniti, he couldn't see Gitanjali in her. He even personally apologized to her, emphasizing that the film is always bigger than everything else.
I said sorry, like nothing is bigger than the film, so I'm taking this decision that I'm going ahead with some other artist. So
On the other hand, Pariniti later claimed that she turned down the project due to scheduling conflicts with Chamkila.
आपको फिल्म मिल रही थी एनिमल, 800 करोड़ रुपए फिल्म ने किए
जी,
आपने नहीं साइन किया.
वो फिल्म मैं कर रही थी और ऑलमोस्ट सब वर्कआउट हो ही गया था, लेकिन सेम डेट्स पे मुझे चमकीला का ऑफर आया.
Of course, it's difficult to know what really happened behind the scenes, but the outcome remained the same. Sandeep stuck with Rashmika Mandanna. Why Rashmika? She fits the character better. Gitanjali is a girl from a Telugu-speaking family and Rashmika herself comes from South India. That cultural familiarity helped her naturally embody the role. Sandeep needed someone who could balance warmth, resilience and vulnerability, qualities that Rashmika has displayed in her past performances. In the end, whether Pariniti walked away or was let go, Sandeep stood by his final choice, ensuring that Gitanjali felt authentic within the world of Animal. Bobby Deol's casting as Abrar Haq happened most unexpectedly.
I get a message from Sandeep Reddy Vanga saying, "Hi, I'm Sandeep Reddy Vanga. I want to meet you for a film." He came and he showed me a picture during my Celebrity Cricket League time and he said, "I want you because I love this expression of yours."
There was something about Bobby's physicality, quiet intensity and rugged appeal that made Sandeep instantly see him as Abrar, a character who doesn't speak but still dominates the screen. The decision paid off spectacularly. Bobby's silent yet terrifying portrayal of Abrar became one of Animal's most talked about aspects, along with the terrific entry with the Jamal Kudu song, which became an instant viral hit. Upendra Limaya.
That's terrific casting, by the way. Yeah?
Yeah.
Upendra Lamai and that tiger underwear.
Even that sound, it's his idea. And
The casting of Upendra Limaya as Freddy was a masterstroke by Sandeep. Even though his part lasted only for a few minutes, the impact was phenomenal. The way he speaks in Marathi, gets angry at the cousins, is hesitant to give away his underwear and says two dialogues.
Atmanirbhar Bharat. Boys! Salute the champion!
Are iconic pre-interval moments. In an interview with Bollywood Hungama, Upendra clarified the back and forth discussions he had with Sandeep before finally coming on board, showing how sure Sandeep was about casting him as Freddy. Saurabh Sachdeva, the perfect Abidul Haq. Sandeep's attention to detail in casting extended even to Abrar's best friend, Abid, played by Saurabh Sachdeva. For Sandeep, an actor isn't just someone delivering lines, they are the soul of the character. And in Abrar's case, a mute character, he needed an actor who could convey his psyche through words. That's where Saurabh came in. A seasoned actor and acting coach, Saurabh's presence added a unique depth to the film. And with Saurabh playing a crucial role in Animal Park as well, we can only say great casting. And this is why Sandeep's films feel so immersive, because every actor feels like they belong in the world he has created. Coming to what's next for Sandeep Reddy Vanga. After Animal, all eyes are on what Sandeep does next, and unsurprisingly, his lineup is nothing short of massive. First up, Spirit, starring Prabhas, one of Indian cinema's biggest superstars.
He has a very unique way of turning around and looking at people. So,
with Bahubali and Kalki 2880 cementing his blockbuster status, the stakes for this film are undeniably high.
Is Spirit going to be another wild, free film?
I don't know, let's see, yeah. But I'll be free while writing.
But despite the sky-high expectations, Sandeep's approach remains the same.
I'll definitely make a very engaging film, very interesting, intriguing film.
The business side will take care of itself. Animal Park, the sequel to Animal. If Animal was a storm, Animal Park promises to be a full-blown hurricane.
It will be bigger and crazier than Animal. Animal Park will be bigger, yeah.
Animal Park is shaping up to be bigger, darker, and even more intense, but it'll take time. Expect it to be sometime between 2028 to 2029. A period drama.
I have a period idea. It's there and it's getting marinated.
Sandeep has expressed his desire to make a period drama, but he isn't ready yet. He understands the scale, research and execution required for such a film.
Budgets to aayenge, but I'm not prepared. I thought like thoda waqt leke karenge, yeah.
This actually reminded me of when Ram Gopal Verma asked him about this in an interview.
Can you make a better film than Bahubali?
I'll try, sir.
No, I will try. It's done. Answer is come. Okay.
A moment that feels even more relevant now. So when time comes, it looks like this period drama will be a direct response to that conversation.
A thought of making a violent film with female protagonists never crossed your or Sandeep's mind?
No, Sandeep has something in his mind, but कभी discuss नहीं किया. Time has to come.
Yeah.
A female lead film in 5 years.
There's one idea where I want to make a film with no male lead actor.
But as he confidently stated,
औरतें बहुत खुश होगी.
वो भी पसंद नहीं आएगा उनको. मैं लिख के देता हूँ.
कोई ना कोई problem ढूंढ लेंगे.
100%. उनको पसंद नहीं आएगा. Sure, you remember this. Maybe in coming 4-5 years I'll make it. You will say what he said is true 5 years back what he said.
The way he said it instantly reminded me of his interview with Anupama Chopra.
We look forward to seeing what you do next. Hopefully it will generate less criticism.
It will be more. It will be more because these guys are calling this film as a violent film. I want to tell them, I'll show them what violent film will be.
And we all know how that turned out. If history is any indication, this film will challenge conventions, spark debates, and once again prove that Sandeep doesn't make movies to play it safe.
और 2011 में अल्लू को स्टोरी सुनाई थी. अब मुझे पता चला कि उनको भी एक कोई स्टोरी है जो आपकी पसंद आई है, उस पर भी काम किया जाएगा. कितनी सच्चाई है इसमें?
सच है. हम काम करेंगे, डेफिनेटली काम करेंगे फ्यूचर में.
The Untitled project with Allu Arjun. Apart from Spirit, Animal Park and his future female lead film, Sandeep Reddy Vanga has another massive project lined up, an untitled film with Allu Arjun. Back when Sandeep was writing Arjun Reddy, Allu Arjun was one of the actors he had in his mind for the role. While the film eventually went to Vijay Deverakonda, the idea of working together never left his mind. Now after the massive success of Pushpa 2, Allu Arjun's box office dominance is at an all-time high, making this collaboration one of the biggest in Indian cinema. Could this be the highest grossing Indian film ever? Given Sandeep's track record of delivering massive hits and Allu Arjun's unstoppable pan-India appeal, this project has the potential to shatter all existing records.
Opening day would be...
And that brings us to the end of this deep dive into Sandeep Reddy Vanga's candid interview with Komal Nahta. Of course, we couldn't cover every single segment from that conversation. There's so much more to unpack. I highly recommend you carve out some time and watch the full interview on the Game Changers of India YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Now it's over to you. What part of this interview stood out the most to you? Do you agree with his vision for storytelling? And which of his upcoming projects are you most excited about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with your fellow movie buffs, and subscribe for more in-depth film discussions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.